there you are, ghoulies, and here we are once again for the Crimson Theater Report. We apologize, because we haven't done one in a while.
We've been busy, though. It's understandable.
Well, you can always tune into AM 1050 WLIP, midnight to 4 a.m., Monday through Friday, and get a report. That's where the real report is.
It really is. That's the show that you need to be tuning into.
Well, you need to tune it in, but the thing is that you have to come to Crimson Theater on television to get a movie.
Exactly. So you need to have both experiences.
You need to have both. And remember that Crimson Theater is now streamed at via.org. That's 9 o'clock on Saturday, Tuesday at 3 p.m., midnight Friday, which is technically now Saturday morning, which people are confused with.
Yeah, that is confusing.
Since we come on at midnight, it is confusing people a lot.
Yeah.
But definitely check out the radio. A lot of good things happen there. Some incredible guests we've had.
Yeah, we've had some fantastic guests. We're having a good time.
Good conversation. And, it's a 4-hour show a night filled entirely with our content.
Yes, all original
And when did the Crimson Theater thing become a full-time job?
Oh, my God.
Be careful what you wish for in life. But, no, I'm enjoying the radio show.
I am, too.
And
It's a
I
good
still
time.
enjoy the television show. Crimson Theater, the longest-running Wisconsin horror-hosted show right now in its 16th season. So,
Isn't that fantastic?
except no substitutes.
Oh, of course not.
Anyway, lots coming up. We wanted to talk about the Dorian Gray Art Show, which is at Mosquito Gallery. It's a free event at 6:30 at the Mosquito Gallery. That's at 5511 95th Avenue. It's in the industrial park, actually, in one of the industrial buildings. So, you can Google it. I mean, you find everything else with Google, right?
Yeah, that thing on your phone, the maps, you can figure it out.
People still freak out, though, So usually I'll park the hearse out in front with a light on it or something, and
There we go. You'll find it.
you'll find it. Yeah, it's a great thing, and we want you to watch the picture of Dorian Gray, the 1945 version, of course. Even though it doesn't follow the book, of course. Back to that again. They made some alterations. Apparently, though, now you talked about an unabridged version.
Yes.
Do you have the unabridged version?
I do have the uncensored.
And does it?
abridged version.
Because according to something that I saw, they were saying that Oscar Wilde leaves Dorian's sins up, arbitrary. Okay, that he doesn't really explain what he's doing.
Yes.
He's doing something so terrible, though, that his painting gets more old and corrupt and evil looking. So whatever he's doing is bad, but they don't tell you what he's doing. They don't explain it to you.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess Oscar Wilde asked about this very question, and he said, well, Dorian's sins are your sins because it's what you think he's doing, so it's your sin you're bringing to the novel. He flipped it around and put it back on the reader.
I like that a lot. Wilde did fun things like that in his work.
Yes, he really had a good time. And of course, the aesthetic of the art was sort of the principle and the lifestyle that Dorian went after, but then it gets destroyed at the same time. So
Yes.
it's an interesting book.
It's a wonderful story. I love Wilde.
And then the interpretation in the picture of Dorian Gray, starring Hurt Hatfield, George Sanders, Angela Lansbury, Donna Reed, and Peter Lawford on top of that. And Skeleton Nags. Let's not forget him. Small part, but Skeleton Nags. I mean, come on.
It's an all-star cast.
It was an all-star cast, and it's a great film. Really took a lot of time. Of course, Ivan Albright did the Dorian Gray painting. There are 3 full-size Dorian Gray paintings in the picture of Dorian Gray, to my surprise. The one that Albright's brother did is also in there. If you notice, you'll see the difference. Of course, the original establishing close-up shot of the young Dorian Gray was done by Henrique Mendina. They wanted a sort of pristine look for Dorian Gray in the movie. And the director, Albert Lewin, he tortured poor Hurt Hatfield. He had to hold his head in a certain position. He wanted the exact expression on his face, perfect. And so they wanted him to be very pristine and stiff and kind of sinister.
But that comes across in the film, and it's excellent because it really does portray the character as he should be portrayed.
I think it was a really good job. And apparently, Dorian Gray was in the middle of reading for the part and thought, he wasn't doing well, and said, "The hell with this," and threw the book down, and he got the part. So, which it turned out to be, sort of a curse. I guess he typecast him.
Yeah.
And for some of the things that are suggested in the film. It was ahead of its time.
It was. It truly
And
was.
I guess all the actors had a pretty hard time because the director really wanted every line done the way he had it in his head, and they really didn't know what that was. So they're saying there's one carriage scene where there's Lord Henry and Basil, the artist, and Dorian riding in the carriage. I believe that's the scene where they go to see Sybil Vane in the seedy nightclub. And anyway, I guess it was like over 100 takes of that scene till the director got it right.
Wow.
Then they go to the nightclub, and it's just really funny how they're sitting around with nuts and beer, and like George Sanders just sort of casually moves his beer over by Dorian like he's not even going to touch nothing, drink nothing there. So very interesting movie. So check that out. Picture of Dorian Gray from 1945, and come to the Dorian Gray Art Show April 15th at 6:30 at 5511 95th Avenue. It's going to be a great time. Always a good show out there.
Oh, yes.
And we're looking for horror artists. So if you come out for this one, it's going to be a really good show.
It really is. I'm excited.
Of course, then April 22nd, the Johnny Thunders tribute. The week after, that's going to be at the Port on the 22nd in the evening, bringing in Sedated, the Ramones tribute band from Oshkosh. So a little bit of CBGBs going on there.
That'll be fantastic.
At the Port. Yeah,
the
the Port's always a blast. So
yes, I'm very excited about that
definitely
one.
want to check that one out. And well, then you're hosting. What is their new
Yes.
picture now for that? It looked like some demons on the event page now.
Yes, it's getting dark and interesting. I'm hosting Dr. Destruction's Big Top Radio presents Lilith Lovecraft's Army of Demons, May 13th at the Metal Grill. Be featuring Memories Wither, Will of Man, Rat Bat Spider, of course the Roosevelt Dolls, and Anomaly. It's going to be a really fantastic show. Again, that's at the Metal Grill, May 13th. It's $10 to get in for all these great bands, and I'll be hosting, so come meet me.
It's going to be a blast.
Yes, it's going to be a great show. I'm very excited.
Lots of fun there.
Yes.
So all this great stuff is coming up.
Yes.
Crimson Theater Report. Make sure to tune in to AM 1050 WLIP Mondays through Friday,
Yes.
midnight to 4 a.m. And of course, you have to stay up till midnight on Sunday because that's technically the Monday show.
Yeah, and it's going to be a really good Monday show this week because WrestleMania is this Sunday, and we're going to have immediate coverage following WrestleMania.
Oh, that's right, the big WrestleMania, and we're kind of worried about our buddy, The Undertaker.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for The Undertaker, but hopefully it'll be a good match, and he'll carry Roman Reigns, and things will work out.
Mm-hmm.
We're hoping for the best.
We're hoping for the best. Well, thanks for joining us for this Crimson Theater Report. We'll see you next time, whenever that is, when we get around to it, busy.